Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of the universe, watching stars form, rivers rise, and atoms awaken. You feel it all, the pulse, the rhythm, the fire behind creation. Now, imagine someone asks you to describe it, but you only have 3 syllables to do it. Just a sound, one breath. That's the pressure our ancestors felt. When they spoke about energy, they weren't just naming it, they were channeling it. And that's why a single word could carry the weight of the wind and the will and the world itself. Let's talk about energy. It's so interesting to think about energy and all of its different forms. And I believe that our ancient ancestors knew a lot about energy when they were living and creating societies and creating communities of their own. I think they had early words for things like fire and air and earth and thunder. They understood electromagnetism in great detail. They understood photosynthesis, which means plants receiving energy from the sun. They understood herbalism and how to heal themselves. I believe that this is still during a time when they were naming things after what they heard. And over time, these subtle words began to take on a lot more meaning. And just like the Kemetic people of back in the day, we can see that the Nama also believed in learned lessons from nature. The word for animal for many of the Nama, the Khoi, and the San people is guru. And so this word natir means nature, and it is from the Khoi San. Natir linguistically is very similar to natir, and Nter refers to nature in its divine form. So that's like the 4 elements. And so we can almost surmise that Nter represents energy in its many forms. It's saying that there was wind energy, and that there's fire energy, and that there's water energy, and how we can learn from them and how we're able to use them in our everyday life, and how they were able to use them in their everyday life. And so it wasn't that they were worshiping them, so to speak, in the beginning. It's just that they had a certain type of reverence for them, because the very first energy that they experienced that was greater than themselves was the thundering, right? Or the tu. So to me, tu sounds like air. It sounds like wind that just is swift and abrupt. Tu. And to me sounds like thunder, right? Or some type of rumbling powers, but not as intense as the kapa, right? Or baka, mu, sounding like a stone in water, or sounding like a drop of water, or you toss something into water and it goes goop. That's literally what they named the water, the river after, right? So, and mtu refers to divine speech. And so it's interesting that they already knew that even sound was energy. It registers as a frequency. All electromagnetic waves registers on an electromagnetic spectrum. You have UV rays, or ultraviolet rays, you have gamma rays, and you have light that's on there. I believe that they understood that sound as well was a type of energy, because sound truly is energy, whether heard or spoken, registers as hertz, so it is energy. So when you go online and you are listening to a video, a meditation video, and it says 528 hertz for heart chakra, that is sound in energetic form. They're telling you that this is the hertz, this is the frequency that it registers on. Energy is an unseen power. It was a force, right? If you look at, like, if you record something and you look at, that's exactly what it's going to look like energy moving. And I think that's why because they're doing that with their tongue. And also, I think they knew something. They knew that energy went like this. They knew that energy went out in spirals like this. They knew that there was an ebb and a flow to energy. Also, they expressed the things that they knew and the things that they experienced through stories. In the Hermetica, it says that word and mind cannot be separated, and that word was there in the beginning. So I like to take a look at history through the lens of the ancestors, the words they created that has left us information about their life and their experiences and the things that they believed. When we look at the Sotho word for energy, it's pronounced Maat. And the Kemetic word Maat means divine balance. And that's exactly what energy does. Energy always balances itself out in the ebb and the flow, the plus and the minus. And also, energy can't be created nor destroyed. It goes out and it comes in. So it is always present. So we understand that energy requires balance. So Tehuti, being the divine teacher, is said to always be with Maat and to be Maat's divine counterpart. So I put him up there too. And interestingly enough, the word for study in Sotho is Tuti. Uh-huh. Wait. Okay. So you can see the phonetic changes here where they just drop the E and you still have the same concept of learning. So here in Sotho, you have the root of the word ma'atla, you have ma'at, also here in Kemetic language, ma'at. Down here, we also can look at energy as the unk, right? Which is the energetic force within a person or power or your unk. And then the word unkukutala. Unkukutala means energy in Zulu. And the root unk and the Kemetic unk, both meaning energy or power, right? Because the Zulu word for God is unkulu, unkulu. So you have that unk repeated twice. Ingi is a Zulu root word for to be or I am. And we also have Neith or Ni. She is a deity who is said to be there also in the beginning. Her form is energy expressed. That's how I understand Ni. And what that means is that when energy goes out, things are not just leaving out in straight lines. They're actually curving and turning and twisting, and it really takes us along the path of string theory in physics. But I really believe that she refers to the energetic field around the atom, that it leaves out and comes back. It's like a ball held together by two hands or two C's or two hands that are like held in a C position. It's literally a donut shape. Atum is their early concept of what the atom is. It is oneness. It is the smallest form of energy. It is the smallest expression of energy. Ancient tribes understood that our greatest lessons come from nature, from things around us. The ancestors knew a lot about energy, and the evidence is not lost because it's in their words. It's been there since the beginning. So whether Maat was created before Maat or Tehuti was created before Tuti, these words are so close in meaning and in pronunciation and spelling that I believe that there is a connection, a relative connection between the Sutu, the Kemetic, and the Zulu people. And that's how we know that sound, that speaking, that hearing was one of the oldest keepers of records.